New Helldivers 2 update just dropped. Quasar's broken, grenade launcher's fixed, Breaker got nerfed after being buffed accidentally, Lib Concussive got buffed after being nerfed accidentally, and Southwest has fallen. A direction that was once feared by impalers and charger behemoths alike is now a safe haven, since the Eruptor can no longer one-shot these enemies if they're southwest and you're facing the direction when hitting them in certain areas. This is because shrapnel now pulls in a 180-ish arc, but depending on where the shot lands, back towards where it was fired from. I'm very eager to see if the weapon's use rate falls off drastically, since to me, I don't see a reason to bring it if it's not very good against medium units or heavy units. There's just no reason to equip it. And the shrapnel going 180 degrees just seems so counterintuitive. I want to shoot a target and have the shrapnel go towards it so I can do more damage. If I want to do AoE, I'll just bring the crossbow or Eruptor. Not Eruptor, the Purifier, and have much more value. Quasar cannon can be fired instantly. It's very simple to do and extremely consistent. You shoot it once normally, and then stow or drop it to the ground. That's it. From here, you simply wait for the overheat timer to be done, and the weapon will charge itself on your back or the ground. You draw it, pick it up, shoot, good as new. You can mess it up though. If you don't wait the full duration for the charge to happen on your back and go to fire, you'll just be clicking buttons like a dent. You also want to make sure if you do draw it after it's fully charged, you fire the gun. If you pull it out and then stow it, you have to fire it again normally and then repeat the process. And if they're on the ground, you can fire 2 instantly or 4 instantly. However many you have can be fired instantly. So you could have 4 easily out the gate, 8 if you wait enough time, 12. Math is hard, bro, sometimes. It's super easy and I just forget stuff because my brain don't function correctly. But I'm going to be using this for sure before it gets fixed, because it will get fixed. Potentially, it's being a new buff they're working on for the Quasar, since maybe it's not seeing enough love from players. But I think it's fantastic. I love it a lot. Big fan. The middle ground here is to make it so you don't have a long charge time, because I stopped using the weapon ever since it has a long cooldown time in conjunction with a long charge time, and given how the game is picked up in pace. A lot of enemies are faster. Grenade launcher is fixed. No longer will it only go 20 meters. The issue here was fix an issue with wrong drag setting on the grenade launcher projectile that made them lose velocity faster than they should have. And it feels phenomenal with the jetpack hover pack. And I knew it would. Also, hover pack is a lot better than I initially gave credit to, and I feel kind of bad on that. Was a word that I'll elaborate on in a different video. Well, grenade launcher feels good. You can now take to the skies, be air superiority against the overseers if you hit your shots and you're not too freaking close like I am. Breaker had 10 spare magazines and it got reduced back to 7. The 10 was a bug. Starting magazines reverted from 6 to 5. They're essentially nerfing a weapon they unintentionally buffed, but for me, I don't get why they're nerfing it in the first place, since these changes wouldn't make it that good to begin with. Lib Concussive got some changes or something. Starting magazines increased from 2 to 4, max spare magazines increased from 5 to 6, and ergonomic effect has been improved by 10. They said it's been increased from 0 to negative 10. Essentially, you'll be able to hit more shots. No comment on the weapon. It's in the video game. That's all I'm going to say on that. The revolver recoil seems to be working with the gunslinger armor. Before, some pistols would work with gunslinger, which gives you increased reload speed, better draw speed and holster speed, and more importantly, better recoil. For the Senator, it wasn't giving you any better recoil at all. Now that does seem to be working, and it makes it essentially a freaking laser beam. So I can imagine having a ton of fun using it versus Hulks, where you can 3-shot them, and just on the automaton side in general, hitting more consistent shots across the board. If only you had one more buff on the armor giving you better handling. That would be the cherry on top. Maybe one day we can augment our armor in some way. Those are essentially the changes. I do want to go into more detail on some of them that I think are a little impactful. Namely, the Eruptor change. Nerfing Southwest has made that weapon essentially not usable, unenjoyable for me. It doesn't make any sense to bring that, given how little impact it has on enemies and how detrimental it is to the player in general. Horrible ergonomics, low ammo count per magazine. Fire rate isn't slow, considering you can do some stuff. You fire it and open a stratagem menu, and as soon as you hear the weapon re-rack, you fire it again. So it's really quick in that sense. Like, fire rate is actually very fast. Who cares about fire rate if you aren't killing things in a decent time frame? And I kind of like the idea of a weapon that had so many drawbacks, like it has, being able to take out charger behemoths faster than other primaries. The one-shot is ridiculous on charger behemoths, I'll say that. It is, however, hard to argue it's not sick to be able to kill chargers rather quickly with a primary weapon, and it does open the doors for more build diversity in a good way. Stalwart Eruptor was fun. Stalwart for chaff, light pin weapon, tons of ammo, and you have Eruptor to take out impalers in one shot, charger behemoths in one shot, but quickly being the main thing here. So I think there's some middle ground that should be looked into. For charger behemoths, 2 shots to the same leg, dead. Chargers, 1 shot, strips the armor, and then you can shoot it once more and kill it. I believe that would be far better for the game. Because I'm seeing a lot more chargers, charger behemoths, as well as small monsters in my games. So that would mean the Stalwart plus Eruptor combo would be really fun. But instead, now Eruptor just feels useless. Not really killing anything in a meaningful time frame to justify taking the weapon in the first place. I don't just want to have weapons. I don't want to just have the illusion of choice. I want to have meaningful choice in the game. And Eruptor was giving that, albeit you had to be facing one specific direction. I wonder if the gun's working properly though, since the patch notes are saying fixed an issue where shrapnel from surface hits was forced in a roughly southwest direction. Shrapnel should now properly fly out in a 180-ish arc in the direction of the surface hit. In the direction of the surface hit would mean it would go into it. Or am I misinterpreting it, and instead it's supposed to fly back towards me since the surface is facing me? Like, I don't understand, like that's worded in a way that can be viewed a couple of different ways. Upon further investigation, Eruptor seems even worse. When shooting nursing spears, I didn't see a single instance in which they exploded, causing a chain reaction to kill other nursing spears. Instead, only the ballistic shot from the Eruptor was killing them in one shot, but the shrapnel was bouncing away. So if you shoot one in the back, maybe you'll explode the rest. That just seems weird though, again due to the shrapnel changes. And when killing chargers, I was killing chargers and impalers by having the shrapnel do all the work, but it still took me upwards of 3 shots to kill one of those monsters, if not more than that. And if that's the case, what is the point in the weapon? That's just so much investment for all the other downsides that you're being imposed upon. They're being imposed upon you. It's unfortunate. I am hoping they're working on another solution, a different change to the weapon, because I don't see the reason in giving it heavy pin if nothing really changes as a consequence. An idea to ponder upon is why would you ever take the Eruptor over the crossbow now? Moving on to Quasar, I really hope they keep something about this in the game. Just the speediness of firing the weapon feels so good. It really does. And you should try it out before it gets reverted and fixed, because it's going to happen. And I understand that. For that weapon, I won't feel the same way I do for the Eruptor. I just think that it was fun to have that weapon actually be useful. Quasar is still good. It's been good. It's just, I don't like how slow it feels. But with the current unintentional feature, it's going to be pretty fun. Anywho, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Hopefully this helped you in some way. And bye.